My name is Carlos Ledezma. I'm the CEO for Cable Dahmer Automotive Group. I've been with the company since 1995. I started in the industry in 1984, first full year.
My name is Marty Dahmer. I've been with Cable Dahmer since 1989. My current position is I'm the managing partner of 2 stores in Independence and involved in the Kia store in Lee Summit.
I'm Mike Rauscher. I'm the General Manager of Cable Dahmer Cadillac, Cable Dahmer Buick GMC, and Cable Dahmer Chevrolet of South Kansas City. I've been with the company almost 4 years, it'll be 4 years at the beginning of November. I've been in the industry since 2004, so 18 years.
For Cable Dahmer, I started off as a general sales manager, and then I became the general manager of the dealership, and then ultimately ended up purchasing the store from Jerry Dahmer in 2002.
Since I started as a salesperson. In 1989, I sold cars for about 4 years. And from there, I was promoted to an assistant manager in Chevrolet. And then I was promoted to a new car manager and then the new car director. And then I became the GSM, which is the general sales manager of Cable Dahmer. I think that was in about 2000, and 1999-2000. And then became the general manager. I became Carlos's partner in the Chevy store, and then I went over to Buick and was the general manager at that store at the same time with both stores, and then became partner with Carlos there. And then I went over to Kia about 3 years ago. It's helped me, actually. It's been a fun ride. Kia is a great store.
Well, that's a great thing about our company. You know, I tell people all the time, we're truly a training company. We just happen to be in the automotive business. And so when people come to work for us, a salesperson, for instance, a porter comes to work for us, we have several growth plans for a salesperson to become a finance manager, or a sales manager to become, or a finance manager to become a sales manager. We have the same programs in our fixed operations and our service parts departments. You can start out as a porter, work your way up as an assistant to be an advisor, or work your way up to be an advisor or even a service manager, and the same thing for technicians. We have a great tech development program. We'll bring you in with hard to believe 0 experience working on a car. We'll bring you in, teach you, get you with a mentor, and over a period of time we'll watch you develop. We've had several of our best and brightest technicians come up through our company this way.
Employees can grow with the company. If you just the positions I've held, in my example, there's many others like that. But a person can grow with Cable Dahmer by, first of all, staying at Cable Dahmer, you know, and divorce the concept of the grass is always greener. You're always going to have those distractions. But if you stay with Cable Dahmer and be a part of the process and perform and grow, you will be selected to grow with it. And these various positions that come along in all departments, not just in sales, but they come along and they're typically given or offered to the producers, the movers and the shakers of the company, and that's how we grow.
I'm fortunate enough to spend some time specifically with the new hires coming in, and I attempt to touch every new hire that comes in on a consistent basis. I don't always 100% accomplish that, but that question comes up a lot. How do you grow with this company? How do you pay attention to that? And the biggest problem that I think most people have is the fact that they don't have a direction to which way to go. They want to try out the car business. They want to try out being a technician or a salesperson. They want to try out being a biller or something in that. And the reality is that what we should be encouraging our staff to do, but not just for Cable Dahmer, industry-wide, worldwide, we have to have a person that really gets to know a field, gets to really master that field. I believe life is like a car deal, because ultimately what I started with is a salesperson, but I mastered being a salesperson, which allowed me to understand how to run a business, which ultimately now we have multiple businesses with different categories that fall into nothing to do with a car sale. But at the end of the day, nobody spends that 10,000 hours to really get to know their path, their skill set, their direction. So first we got to get a person to make it last long enough to be able to where they can create a process. It's just like driving a stick shift. You know, at first it's hard as heck, but once you master it, then you can be able to take care of a lot of different things that you're dealing with, and all at the same time, because you're doing it just out of just pure natural ability and talent. So the challenge that I have for all of our staff that's coming into this industry is get to know the business that you're in and master a craft, and then we can grow you from there, because they all have the same type of tendencies. Our core values for Cable Dahmer are attitude, growth mindset, integrity, process loyal, and coachable. And the reason we have those is because I really believe that what happens a lot of times, most people at home don't have core values for themselves. Those are items that I think are really solid conversations to have. In other words, most people when they leave their home weren't taught to say, okay, this is what we stand for, this is what we believe in, this is the direction we're headed, this is why we do what we do. And so with that said, one of the things we want to be able to do is have some type of value for those individuals to believe in. I hope that it teaches those individuals to have something for their own home because they need to have something for their own home. With that said, without those things in place, we're able to have something for them to come to our home and be able to live out those items. So I think what makes us different is the fact that we attempt to really not just affect the person here at the business, but also at home. Because ultimately what we're attempting to do is create the communities that we can all live within and make it a better community than we all started with.
So the best advice I can give for a new employee that's starting with Cable Dahmer, and again, the first thing is in a car dealership, there's several businesses under one roof. So this is a video that's going to go out to many positions, but it's all the same in the fact that whether you're a technician or a service writer, a parts counterman, if you work in one of our car washes, if you work in new cars or used car sales, or if you're going to be in finance at some point, maybe a job up in the office, all the great positions at Cable Dahmer. The best advice I can give anybody is to plug in, take advantage of all the training and all the resource that we offer. We have manuals that are this thick on the various positions that have been built for years. We've just compiled this training and this agenda and this process. One of our core values is process loyal. And with that is we try to catalog all of the different things to make everybody better and to go back and continually train. If you are hiring in for a sales position, for instance, every morning at 8:30, we begin the day with training. We do it for 30 minutes. We do it 6 days a week. And we have quarterly training. We have breakout sessions and classes. We have an orientation training when you start. So one of our core values is process loyal, and we believe in training. So best advice I can give, take advantage of it, study it, and use it. Become process loyal. We don't have a process because it's bad. We have it because it works. And if you take advantage of it and stay disciplined to it, your career will grow over a period of time. So take advantage of that. And the second piece of advice would be to stay with Cable Dahmer. You know, what happens to a lot of us is we get disenchanted, we have a bad day, and we deal in emotion sometimes, and we maybe don't think things through, and we get frustrated, or something happens and we decide to leave, or another position pops up elsewhere that looks appealing. I can tell you, sticking here for 33 years, there's been times in my life that I thought, well, am I doing the right thing? Should I go over here? Should I go there? But I've stuck with it, and it's been very rewarding. So you can't gain any traction if you're constantly moving and changing and starting over. So plug in, take advantage of the processes, and grow with the company, and you'll be very successful.
The best piece of advice I can give any employee coming to work for us is to have an open spirit of learning and growth. You are going to come into our company, and if you've been in the automotive business before, we do things a lot different than a lot of other folks, and we do strive on the growth mindset piece. As that results, if you don't have an open spirit, it can be a really difficult time. But if you have that open spirit and a willingness to learn, you have integrity, and you embrace the rest of our core values, you're going to have a great career at our company.
The best piece of advice that we can give the staff that's coming into our company is don't just try this. Get into this thing because it's bigger than you can possibly imagine. You may start out in sales and you may end up in service. You may start off in service and end up in accounting. You may start in accounting and end up in finance. There are so many things that you can do with this company. The whole reason that we want this infrastructure so that the people can really grow over a long period of time. I had a situation that happened a while back where an individual basically told me, he says, Carlos, people don't stay in a job for 20 years like they used to. They change jobs all the time. The issue is that they don't give enough time to the place that they're at to be able to grow to the levels that they need to get to. So because of that, what they end up doing is they cut themselves short. They don't give themselves enough time. This company cares about you as an individual. This company cares about you as a person. We want you to grow. And if you start off in one position and you want to continue to grow, we're going to help you get to that process. The key is just give us enough time to find out what your strengths are. There's a difference between passion and a gift. We want to find your gift, pull it out of you, and put it to work. There's some people that have passion to go work on cars, but they don't know what positive and negative is on a battery. You can't go that direction if you don't have the gift to be able to work on a car. You have to have the gift to be able to do what you need to do, and then hopefully the passion comes in behind it. But first, give it enough time to really pay attention to that.